Chapter 1: Arrival and Isolation. As the prison bus rumbled to a halt, the gritty sound of gravel crunched beneath its tires, echoing ominously in the otherwise still air. The heavy clang of the gate swinging open reverberated through the compound, sending a chill down Jason's spine. He stepped off the bus, his heart racing, greeted by the harsh scent of antiseptic intertwined with a lingering air of despair. Surrounding him were the low murmurs of fellow inmates, punctuated by the distant shouts of guards. Each sound felt magnified, amplifying his isolation. Jason shared his raw emotions, describing the oppressive weight of being stripped of freedom, each step deeper into the facility a reminder of his confinement. The stark concrete walls loomed over him like silent sentinels, trapping hope within their confines. In that moment he realized he was no longer just Jason. He was simply an inmate, lost among the numbers and the shadows of despair. Chapter 2: Stripped of Freedom. In the dim light of the prison cell, Jason sits on the edge of his bunk, grappling with a profound sense of loss. The clank of metal bars echoes around him, a constant reminder that he is no longer the master of his own destiny. He reflects on the fleeting moments of freedom, riding his bike along the coast, laughter with friends, and the simple pleasure of a sunny day. Now the harsh reality of confinement weighs heavily on his chest, making it hard to breathe. As he navigates the rigid prison routines, from early morning counts to the monotonous meals, Jason feels like a ghost, haunting his own life. The droning buzz of fluorescent lights and the muffled conversations of distant inmates create an oppressive soundscape, amplifying his isolation. In this stark environment, he begins to confront the emotional weight of his choices, setting the stage for the journey of transformation that lies ahead. Chapter 3: Overcoming Trepidation. As Jason navigates his first few weeks in the harsh confines of the prison, fear and anxiety cling to him like a shadow. The sound of heavy boots echo in the hallways, a constant reminder of his disorientation. Each clang of a cell door reverberates within him, amplifying feelings of loneliness and uncertainty. He recalls nights spent staring at the cold ceiling, grappling with the reality of his decision, replaying the events that led him here like a looping melody of regret. Days blend into one another, punctuated by the rhythmic rattling of metal trays during meals and the distant roar of the prison yards filled with the muted conversations of other inmates. Despite the oppressive atmosphere, Jason resolves to face his fear. With each passing day, he begins to breathe a little easier, slowly embracing the idea that survival, even within these walls, comes with resilience and the hope of forging connections. Chapter 4: Bonds in Darkness. As the weeks drag on within the cold, sterile confines of the prison, Jason's isolation gives way to an unexpected camaraderie. In the dim light of the exercise yard, he meets Doc, an older inmate with a warm smile and a wealth of knowledge. Their evening walks become a sanctuary where shared stories resonate against the backdrop of clanging metal doors and distant shouts. They speak of dreams, regrets, and a yearning for freedom, forging a connection deeper than the concrete walls surrounding them. Doc shares tales of his past, a once promising doctor who lost everything to addiction. Jason listens intently, finding solace in their shared vulnerabilities. Laughter echoes amidst the tense atmosphere, slowly replacing fear with understanding. Together they find a flicker of hope, as the oppressive weight of confinement lightens, proving that even in darkness, bonds can flourish and the human spirit can reclaim a semblance of freedom. Chapter 5: The Language of Hope. As Jason adjusts to life behind bars, an unexpected camaraderie begins to blossom among the inmates. On the prison yard, conversations flow like whispers of wind, weaving stories of pain and hope. The sounds of their laughter echo against the concrete walls, something almost foreign in a place filled with despair. Jason describes how shared tales of loss, dreams, and aspirations create a tapestry of connection, binding them together in their loneliness. Amidst the harshness of their reality, they find solace in communal activities, playing cards, discussing books, and sharing snippets of life outside. Each inmate adds to the chorus of resilience that fills the yard, transforming their individual struggles into a collective narrative. In this space, the heavy air lightens momentarily, suffused with the language of hope, reminding Jason that even here, amidst confinement, they can forge bonds that transcend their circumstances. Together, they are not just inmates. They are a family, each echoing the other's heart. Chapter 6. The Stories We Carry. As Jason settles into his new reality, he meets Maria, an artist whose vibrant spirit contrasts sharply with the prison's gray walls. In the dim light of the common area, she passionately describes her abstract paintings, each stroke on canvas a reflection of her chaotic life outside. She conveys her yearning for connection and the solace she finds in art, transforming her emotions into vivid masterpieces that breathe life into her confinement. While Maria shares her latest creation, the soft sounds of brushes gliding over canvas and gentle whispers of fellow inmates admire her work create an intimate atmosphere. Her stories resonate deeply with Jason as he finds comfort in her openness. For Maria, every piece she creates is a testament to resilience, a brushstroke of hope that challenges the bleakness of their surroundings. Through her narrative, listeners understand the profound impact of creativity as a lifeline in the depths of despair. Chapter 7. Art as Liberation. In the dim light of the prison workshop, Maria immerses herself in her creative world, the rhythmic sound of brush strokes punctuating the silence. Each stroke of paint on canvas becomes a conversation, an expression of her innermost thoughts and emotions. Through her artwork, she transforms sterile, cold walls into vibrant landscapes of her imagination. Maria passionately shares her dream of starting an art program for inmates, believing in the healing power of creativity. Art saved me, she reflects, her voice echoing with conviction. It's more than just colors. It's about reclaiming my voice. As she describes her vision, the distant clanging of metal doors turns into a hopeful melody, blending with the shared laughter of fellow inmates who gather to witness her artistic journey. In this space of confinement, Maria illuminates the profound impact of artistic expression, showing that even in darkness, creativity can ignite a spark of liberation and hope. Chapter 8. Confronting the Past. In the dim light of the therapy room, Jason sits among a circle of inmates, each bearing the weight of their pasts. The cracks in their voices reveal stories of addiction, regret, and heartache. Jason listens intently as the men share their battles, the moment they chose the wrong path, the addiction that consumed them, and the loved ones they left behind. The room is thick with emotion, punctuated by soft laughter and the occasional quiet sob. Sounds of chairs scraping against the floor and the shared murmur of encouragement create a palpable sense of vulnerability. As they open up, a powerful bond forms, each testimony echoing resilience and the desire for change. Jason reflects on his own struggles, finding solace in their shared pain. In this sacred space, healing begins, revealing that facing their pasts is the first step towards a brighter future, fostering connections that transcend the walls that confine them. Chapter 9. The Power of Vulnerability. In the dimly lit room of the therapy hall, laughter and tears intertwine, creating a symphony of unguarded emotions. Jason sits among a circle of men, each sharing their raw truths, their past mistakes echoing in the silence around them. A sense of camaraderie blossoms as they bravely confront their vulnerabilities, revealing the fragile threads of their humanity. The sound of chairs scraping the floor accompanies their confessions, each revelation a stone cast into the still waters of their collective pain. Sharing isn't weakness. It's the first step, says Doc, his voice resonating with a wisdom born from years of reflection. As they embrace accountability, the atmosphere shifts, infused with hope and support. The inmates begin to understand that their stories marred by regret do not define them. Instead, this sacred space nurtures a transformative power, a reminder that connection and vulnerability can pave the way for healing, allowing the light of redemption to seep through the cracks of their confinement. Chapter 10. Dreams of Redemption. As the days blend into weeks, Jason becomes increasingly committed to his rehabilitation efforts, motivated by a vision of redemption that begins to take shape within him. He gathers with fellow inmates in the dimly lit common room, sharing their stories of regret and aspirations during group discussions. The echoes of their voices intertwine, forming a tapestry of resilience. One inmate, Marcus, speaks of his dream to start a community center for at-risk youth, igniting a spark of ambition among the group. Another, Sarah, envisions using her experiences to mentor others facing similar struggles. As they share dreams of reintegration, the camaraderie grows deeper, strengthening their resolve to transform their lives. The soft hum of hope fills the air, punctuated by laughter and the sound of pens scratching against paper, documenting their aspirations. In this court of echoing dreams, they find strength in each other, a reminder that change is possible and redemption is within reach. Chapter 11. Preparing for release. As the days count down, Jason feels a mix of anxiety and anticipation swirling within him. The sterile sounds of the prison echo back to him, metal doors clanging and murmurs of other inmates resonating through the corridors. In his cell, he meticulously packs his few belongings, reflecting on the profound changes he's undergone during his time behind bars. He recalls moments of despair and hope, lessons learned during group therapy, and the connections he's forged with friends like Doc and Maria. The gravity of re-entering society weighs heavy on his heart, accompanied by fears of judgment and the challenge of facing his past. With each passing hour, he visualizes the world beyond the prison walls, the bright sunlight, the sounds of laughter, and the rhythm of life moving on without him. But deep down, he knows that he carries something valuable, a newfound strength and determination to reshape his future. Chapter 12. The Moment of Freedom. As dawn breaks, Jason stands at the threshold of the prison, the heavy metal door creaking as it swings open. The sound is monumental, like a bell tolling freedom. He steps out into the light, blinking against the sun's brilliance after years in the dim confines. The distant sounds of the city, horns blaring, laughter, the rustle of leaves, are overwhelming and exhilarating. With each step on the gravel path, Jason feels an intense mixture of anxiety and elation coursing through him. He clutches a small bag containing his few possessions, a weight that now feels light compared to the burden of his past. Voices echo in his mind, reminders of the friendships forged within those walls, their hopes intertwining with his. He reflects on the journey that led him here, understanding that freedom is not merely the absence of bars, but the beginning of a life reimagined. The outside world awaits, bursting with possibility and uncertainty. Chapter 13. Facing the Unknown. As Jason steps out of the prison gates, the fresh air hits him like a jolt, exhilarating yet overwhelming. The sounds of bustling streets, honking cars, distant laughter, and the murmur of everyday life seem foreign to him. Memories of confinement linger like shadows, and he grapples with anxiety about reconnecting with his family and friends. Each phone call eerily echoes with the hesitation of not knowing how they will receive him. In the days that follow, he visits his mother, nervously waiting on the porch, heart racing as he anticipates her reaction. When their eyes meet, a complex mix of joy and apprehension fills the space between them. Conversations are tentative, punctuated by awkward silences and unspoken fears. Yet amidst the uncertainty, Jason clings to the lessons learned inside, the power of vulnerability, and the hope for new beginnings. He realizes that navigating this unfamiliar world will require patience and courage, but he is ready to embrace it.